I'm Katie Neal from Audacy Country, and we are backstage right now at Stars and Strings with Michael Ray.
How are you?
Excited to be home in Florida?
I am. Yeah, it's good. It's it's been cold everywhere else, so
Yeah.
Florida's a good place to get to once temperature starts changing a little bit. So.
Definitely. You've got a song moving up the charts right now with Megan Patrick. Talk about this and talk about when you decided to bring Megan in.
Yeah, Spirits and Demons is the name of it. We're creeping into the top 40 now, and I've been working with Michael Knox, who he's been in my corner for years with no skin in the game. Just always kind of been a part of, always checking up, and I've always wanted to work with him, but really felt like I just felt real confident what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go with this record and what I wanted to say, and felt like I was just ready to work with someone like him at that time. I don't know why. I always felt like he was the guy that I'd end up working with. I just needed to get there for myself to be able to learn, you know what I mean, and learn the studio, learn all that stuff. And because me and him we're cut from the same cloth. So anyway, he had came to a show of mine, a couple shows, and we just sat down and was like, okay, what are we missing? Mm-hmm. What's the one thing? Michael, what have you not done yet that you want to do, or what's that kind of song doesn't really work or whatever. And so just started kind of figuring it out. And I said, man, I want a duet, man. I want to. That'd be awesome. I grew up just a big fan of the duets of the 90s and, and 80s and 70s. So this song came across and I fell in love with it right away. And we knew we wanted to keep it in the country music family, and so I've known Megan for a long time, her and Mitchell, and her name came up and I was like, yeah, man, and we sent it to her and she agreed to do it. And then when she got in the studio, man, it was just like
amazing.
Perfect. Oh yeah. It was.
Did you guys cut it together?
No. So I did my part. I cut, we went in and cut 5 songs and I did my part. And then we had Allison, who was one of the co-writers. She sang what you hear Megan doing now. So we could kind of, no one needed me to try to sound like a female. It would have not been nobody.
I for some reason feel like you probably couldn't hit that.
No. I would have been like, but just imagine if you were singing. So she sang her part, and man, it just came to life, and it's been awesome. I love being a part of Megan's journey too, because she's 6 albums deep, female vocals of the year in Canada. All this stuff, and so this is her first step into America, and it's been cool to be a part of that,
Yeah. Dive Bars and Broken Hearts came out earlier this year, EP, all these new songs. But now I saw you tweet like you're already back in the studio working on the next thing. Yeah, what can you say about like the direction that's going so far?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm on a good roll right now with what I want and just musically. And I think, putting the team together we got now has just really kind of brought that out in me more. And we sitting on these songs that I just feel like, I feel like it's where we're all at. It's where, they're all just real life songs. Just one's about, one I'm going to probably do tonight. I only played it one time and it was today at the Children's Hospital. So I figured I'd give them a little tease of what was coming.
On the kids.
Yeah. And then I started playing it and I was like, I've never played this until right now. And I was like, well, it's new. So if I mess up, they won't know either, I guess. But yeah, they won't know. But it's just, one's called Hold that I love. And it's just, life goes by fast, and there's a lot of things that distract us, and a lot of you put your time in a lot of things that you can waste your energy on, and there's things that you got to let go of in life, but the things that mean the most you got to hold. So,
definitely.
That's one of the 3, and we're going probably back in February too to cut more and just keep on keeping music going.
That's awesome. I feel like everything that you put on the EP, and you've talked about this a lot, was like very intentional, like to either something you were going through in your life or like really meant something to you. Do you feel like that's where you're sticking, like going forward, like that's the new lens or filter you're putting it through? Yeah,
absolutely. I think coming out of COVID, one of my hardest problems my whole life was just showing vulnerability. I think growing up in a divorced home and just a bunch of, it was kind of chaotic there for many years, and I didn't want anybody to ever see that part, so I was always cool, I'm good, and it just never was a strong trait for me, but then I realized through COVID and different things of, God's given me this platform that the reason why I felt like I could say things is because Tracy Lawrence sang it, or Joe Diffie or Kenny Chesney or whomever that I was listening to showed some vulnerability there, and I learned how to, oh man, there's somebody else going through that, and so that opened my eyes up more, and then honestly, I was just like, I felt like you don't go through anything in life by accident. You just don't go through it just because God's like, yeah, that guy's doing pretty good. Let's mess some stuff up. I think there's a reason, and I think sometimes you go through those things because maybe you're blind to what you need to be changing, and then all of a sudden your foundation gets rocked, and then you figure some stuff out. And so I just think just looking back on the last 4 years and just going, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to be myself and show this is, you know, where I'm at and who I am. And that's why we ended the record with working on it, was because that, and I had that playing the whole time, was just because I felt like that wrapped up the last 4 years. And just a good reminder of, man, you know, everybody's so quick to judge somebody on their highlight reel on their Instagram with 15 filters and some bull crap that they put up. And they don't realize that it's not the real, you know. And so take it easy on yourself, take it easy on each other, and realize we're all just working on it. None of us know what the crap we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, we especially anybody listening that hasn't hit the age that you remember your parents being. Once you do that the first time, you're like, man, I really thought they had. Oh God, you know what I mean? Like,
right?
Yeah, you start looking at some things. You're like, oh my God, I'm 30. But yeah, I just think just, you know, maturing and growing up, and just honestly, and once I did that, I felt the connection to the music change. I felt people change. I felt people were really connected. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, it just took me 5 years.
I know, it's so crazy because it's one of those things you hear people say like all of the time.
Yeah.
And then when it finally clicks, you're like, how did I not get it sooner?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Me and a buddy of mine who will be here tonight, he's an actor and professional wrestler, and he was talking about it. He's like, man, I swear I did it for 5 years, but I didn't understand the game until 2 years ago. You know, I'm like, dude, I'm with you. You know, I'm right there with you. So.
With these new songs that you're working on, I'm curious because you're so close with your family. Do you bring them in when you're working on music? Like, is there anybody in the family that you like share songs with that you know is like a good litmus test, or do you kind of?
Yeah, I send them to my sister Brittany, my little sister. One, she's brutally honest.
That's what you need. So you need somebody who will not sugarcoat it.
Brittany will not. She's the littlest one of all four of us, so it's always the quiet little one in the corner. But yeah, she'll tell you how it is. But also, she didn't grow up, even though, you know, we grew up in the same family, but she was with my mom, I was with my dad, and I was playing music with my grandfather. So I was heavily influenced in country music and music way beyond my year, you know, my grandpa's generation. Brittany was with my mom majority of the time, and so she was more definitely 90s punk, you know what I mean? Like she, you know, Avril Lavigne, all of that. So she started getting into country about 8-9 years ago. She always listened. She had no choice. She was in our family.
Exactly.
Plug your ears or listen. You know, that's what's on. So I feel like she just got a really cool. She doesn't play anything. She plays some stuff, but you know, has never like gone after anything. So she loves music, and I just feel like when I send it to her now in the last 8-9 years, she's really loved country music. So I'm like, hey, listen to this, see what you think. You know, let me know what you got on that one. So yeah, I sent it to her, and I think my dad and my mom just like anything I do, so I send them after.
After Brittany tears down,
like,
you're like,
oh my God, son, this is the best it's ever been. I'm like, Mom, that's Brian Kelly. That's not
that's not even me.
I tricked you. No, caught you. No, but yeah, so I sent it to Brittany. I know that she'll be honest with me.
That's awesome. You've had a really busy year this year. Finally, like in a few weeks here, you're going to get some time off of the road. At least I think. Do you have some downtime? Like, what do you have planned? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, a lot of family time. I'll be back down in Florida. You know, a lot of close holiday time is when I get to see all them. So go down there. I got some deer hunting planned and duck hunting in January, and just getting ready for next year. You know, we're rolling in next year just like we do every year. You know, touring hard and excited to be riding the Spirits and Demons waves. You know, be top 40 by then, and just going to take some time and be with the family and think about all the great things that happened this year and prepare for next year. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us for Stars and Strings. I'm excited to hear some of these new songs
I
play
can't
tonight.
wait. I'll play one tonight.
Michael Wright at Audacy Stars and Strings.